Good afternoon. I'm Lisa Valentine, Managing Editor of FSO Knowledge Exchange, and I'm here with Fred Cohen. Hi, Fred. How are you? Fred is VP of Capital Markets for Patni, and I appreciate you taking a few minutes to speak with us during our event. If we look at the capital markets industry, what are some of the major trends that are impacting the industry, and then also what are some of the challenges and opportunities from those trends?
Well, it's all about data right now. There's a lot of siloing of data of organizations because of geographical location, because of organizational growth, because of acquisitions, and just general volume enhancements. A lot of companies, number one, have become very siloed in their data, which means that they're having difficulties in bringing their data all together in one place at one time under an environment that's high speed enough to be able to give them the quantitative information that they need for regulatory reporting, for their own performance measurement, for their own risk analytics. So companies now are focusing on the ability to aggregate data, the ability to normalize data across these silos, and with all the regulatory reform that's coming up with the Dodd-Frank Act and the new OFR office and the reporting requirements that are going to be coming up in the next 3 to 4 years, they're focusing on being able to get their sort of data house in order because it's become a very high risk issue for them. It's a very expensive set of implications if they cannot meet the regulatory requirements. They're spending more money than they have to because they cannot get some of the, for example, the credit risk calculations that they need fast enough because the data is all over the place. So they have to retain more capital. They have to have tighter controls over their traders. There's all sorts of reasons for making the data environments better. We've gone through a period now of 10 years or so of growth, and followed by crisis that has caused both a lack of data governance and a lack of controls. So this data has grown almost without the required governance. So it's become an issue now on the quality of the data, how they get to it, how they aggregate it, how they report on it, and it's become an inhibiting factor in their growth, in their ability to absorb other institutions, and the expenses and risk is very high.
Right. It sounds like data's been a problem for the capital markets industry for a while, but it sounds like it's really coming to a head or to a boil, or however you want to.
Now's the time when there's a short window now to be able to get your house in order, because once the regulatory requirements come into effect for Dodd-Frank, it's going to be a very painful exercise to both get your house in order and get all the regulatory reporting done at the same time. So a lot of companies are going towards centralized high-speed environments, aggregating in data environments, data quality, data remediation programs. I've probably visited 50 or 60 different institutions, both here in Europe and in Asia, and every one of them has almost universally, 90% of them have said that they've had poor data governance, they've had a lack of data governance, they have almost 100% have remediation programs, data remediation programs, data rationalization programs in effect for 2011, 2012. So it's universal. Everybody's got the same problem.
Wow, that is a big industry issue. As a service provider, what is Patni doing to kind of serve that need?
Well, fortunately, iGATE Patni, which we're now one much larger organization, since iGATE and Patni have come together, we have created an entire suite of solutions for data rationalization, for data lineage, for the ability to understand where your data is used, coming into the organization, being utilized throughout the organization, through all the processes, through all the people, through all the databases, through all of the external clients, through all the internal clients. Our rationalization programs give clients what they don't know right now. They don't know how their data is being utilized throughout the organization, which is not only is it risky, but everybody's going through IP rationalization programs right now where they need to wring as much cost effectiveness out as possible. To retire programs, to bring them up to speed, to combine programs, you need to know what data is feeding those programs. Companies don't. They haven't, the last 10 years, they've not been documenting, they've just been growing, almost uncontrolled. We have now developed a set of tools and experts to visualize all that data into a data lineage program that tells them exactly where the data is coming in, who's using it, how it's being distributed, how it's being manipulated, how it's being stored, how it's being utilized, and even sent out to external clients throughout the entire data lineage of the company. Something that's absolutely essential, number one, for understanding your environment, to do regulatory reporting, to do data remediation, and to bring all your data together into a single location so that you can effectively lower your costs and your risk of running that data.
Great. You mentioned the merger between iGATE and Patni. How is that going to change your business? And it sounds like you'll be able to deliver even more robust solutions, data management solutions to the industry.
It gives us a much broader scope and depth. We're now 25,000 or so people that are really very highly qualified, very motivated experts in many different verticals, but we're able to leverage across the verticals all of the expertise and tools that we've built from both sides of the companies. And it was a very, very compatible sort of merger of the two companies. Where we had strengths at Patni, where iGATE had strengths, they were filling gaps in the other organizations. So now we have a much stronger, broader organization across both organizations. We have the depth of people, we have the facilities, we have the size now to bring us into a higher tier of playing field than we were before. So, it's all going very smoothly. We're learning a lot about the new markets that we're now playing in, and we're coming up on opportunities now. People are listening to opportunities from us that we've created that are all outcome-based types of solutions that clients are pretty much defining the outcomes they want, and we're giving them the solutions and the staffing and the outsourcing and the tools and frameworks to give them the outcomes that they want, and it's also priced accordingly. So it's not just throwing bodies at something. We are solving critical problems for people. We're providing them with outcome-based pricing and outcome-based solutions that fit exactly what they need in their requirements.
So you guys are really doing outcomes-based pricing. This is not just, people have been talking about it, but, it's really happening.
Our CEO has mandated that is the way we're going to market now. That's our philosophy for approaching all major types of engagements now.
And what are you hearing from the capital markets industry? Are they eating this up? Or is there a big appetite for it?
They like it. I mean, they like it because it's more efficient for them. They know what they're going to get. Their risk is lowered. Their cost is lowered. They know what's happening, and they hold us to the outcomes that we've predefined. So they know that they can trust us, and we've had some clients for 20-something years. So they know that when we say that we're going to do something, we're going to do something. And now we have a large organization to back that up with, so that they know when we say something, they're absolutely going to get what we told them they're going to get, and the outcome they're going to get at the pricing they're going to get. So it makes it consistent for them too.
That's great. Well, we really do appreciate you coming and joining us here today. Why do you find events such as this useful?
Well, I mean, they're very topical. There's open forums for discussion. I'm heading a panel a little later on where we're going to have some very, very lively discussions on data, and it brings up new topics. It allows people to bring up ideas that they wouldn't be able to bring up in a forum that's strictly let's just listen to a seminar. This is going to be a very interactive panel that we're going to be doing. People are going to get a lot out of it, and fortunately we've got some people that are truly industry leaders in here that can not only say what their institutions are doing, but interact together to create new ideas. So that's why I think these are valuable.
That's great. We look forward to hearing the panel, Fred. Thank you so much.